Okay, trying to get started here and finding. I should have been a little bit more set up for this. I'm going to close a lot more windows. You know what? I totally even forgot to change the titles here. So hopefully the titles are the same. It's my last stream. Alright, I don't even... wow. It should make it a lot easier to test out your streams here. Alright, I think it looks good here. Which one is it? Okay. Alright. Hello, folks. Alright, I'm back ready to broadcast. Get into view here. Okay. Alright. Gotta get this, I don't know. I didn't feel like breaking out the second camera today, so I hope this looks alright. Yeah, that's a better angle right in there. Alright, so yeah, let me start just by saying I'm trying to get back onto this project here and wrap this one up. I have it all laid out, all the buildings and everything the way I want it. I just have to color it now. And one of the things that I wanted to have on the stream is trying to set up the music so I'm not getting, I guess, copyright messages. And let's put that on here. Hopefully I've found a station that will not have any problems with the royalties, I guess, with the licensing of the music, because I used previously I used another channel and it said that it was set up for royalty music, streaming music, and I got flagged. So I'm trying to figure out how to make these videos. I guess the one thing is, I know you have to have a lot of viewers to get past that point where anything is monetized. But I suppose, I would hope that the earlier videos, they would get monetized as well. But I just have to, like I said, I've been trying to really commit to producing these videos, but sometimes I kind of get stuck and I don't want to be on camera while I'm working. There may be something good that I'm watching, and that has provided me with good entertainment up until now while I am, producing work. But I want to start sharing my experience, and keep forgetting I have to set myself up. Okay, I don't know what that's about. Is that the right music here? What is this? Is that a commercial? That was a commercial. Hey, easy with the commercials there. Alright, so I gotta go on to this to hopefully see the stream. Okay, I forgot to update the stream titles, but they work for this stream. And I have to find the chat. There we go. I had a chat tab open already. There we go. So now we're ready. It's kind of in view. Maybe this will work. Okay. I don't know, that might be a little... Okay, it's not really in camera. Or is this glare on it? But I can see the stream. And I can see the chat. You just can't see me, so that's alright. We're going to figure out a better setup for everything, you know, as we go. So I think from the last video I was trying to kind of feel out where everything needed to be, the buildings, and get them kind of, you know, they're not in proportion, but I had to get them organized in a sense of that it felt right for me. And even the lettering of the words, it just wasn't coming off in my normal style and approach that I was really enjoying. So hey, is this going good? Okay, yeah, it is. All right, bleh. Statue of Liberty kind of enlarged her head, made her a little bit more of a caricature, and I like the way that worked out. You can see that I was starting to put a little detail in the upper arm, but being that I'm going to color it, you don't want to put too much detail in there, and you'll lose your coloring. I mean, you'll lose your line work. So even in the buildings, here is the hardest part for me right now, is just mentally figuring out what the best way, how to color these buildings. Because with buildings, they're primarily made of glass, and they're reflecting off of one another, and I don't want to make it too realistic where I have to put all that effort into making that look like that. But I also want, I was trying to figure out how to give it a nice lighting scheme, but I may just end up having like these kind of, I don't know, like back signal lights, the big lights coming off of the, we'll see. That may be a little bit too much, but regardless, we're going to try to figure out how the best way to give this, you know, tone this in with some color. And I already see that I laid out this blue here as the base of the lettering. I decided the other day, out of the blue, the O is going to be an apple, nice big apple. I'm talking about New York. And I ended up producing the, what is that called again? Rockefeller Center guy. And I put in a New York subway because I needed the flow. I needed to feel the flow on this side. It wasn't balanced, especially in this portion right here, when it was just Statue of Liberty and the bridge. So that's the Brooklyn Bridge, and we're going to give that some more detail as well. So once I start working with the color, I have everything kind of laid out. I can continue on from that point, and at that, then it'll be all downhill, to be honest with you. But I just had to really, okay, so I'm not too worried about anything else. I'm really worried about just what colors, the tones that I'm going to make that will really feel strong. Got to feel NY strong here. Okay, so I know what I'm going to do with the apple. solely unprofessional here. Okay, the airbrushes are not always ready. When I'm ready, so off camera, I've been trying to improve on some resume type things, and I had a good little phone interview, I think yesterday or the day before, and I'm looking to, I guess, you know, I wouldn't mind a little part-time thing until New York's industry, you know, the entertainment industry comes back for us. All right, so with this Apple, just wanted to put a little bit of orange tone in there because I'm not going to make it completely red. Alright, so one of the things I've been planning here for streaming is that I may do a stream where I'm just cleaning brushes. I'm well overdue in cleaning my airbrushes, but a lot of times I can allow them to dysfunction and they're okay. They'll do what I need them to do. And I get them to work at the moment. I think that's one of my, I don't know, deficits with Airbrush, or my issues lately in performance, because I don't have a good amount of cleaned airbrushes, and I haven't really been focusing, you know, on, I guess, moving forward if the business comes back. I've been doing a couple of different things. I have, you know, a store that is asking for samples, and we're going to be producing those, I hope, on stream. I kind of held off on the last batch because I really wanted to get them done, and I wasn't certain what the ideas were going to be. I left that off. I taped some of it, but I didn't stream it. So I got actually a message from one of the Dave & Buster's people letting me know that we can there's a possibility that you know, they're actually taking some dates, and we may be back to work, but that's a couple of months from now. And on many fronts, I'm being very creative and doing a lot of things that I want to do, but I have to kind of wrangle in the direction, you know, and it's very odd, you know, where the future is going to take us, because, you know, not knowing the uncertainty of how my business is going to work out has been troubling for the past year, and you know, you just got to keep focused. Keep your eye on the prize. And adapt and change when necessary. Well, I don't know why I'm going to black here. I need to clean up some of this so I can define. Alright, so we need some color in here. I've been trying to figure out if we're going to do a drop shadow or if we're going to do kind of like an inward sloping shadow, and I think we're just going to have to do like the drop shadow. Because I was going to color this and I haven't, let me think. Yeah, I think I'm going to end up coloring it. So with every project, I don't know, it becomes weird. Lately I haven't been able to stick with a lettering style, a more fluid lettering style. And I would say that's primarily because when I was doing bar mitzvahs, there was a lot of times when, freaking commercials.
Could it possibly get worse?
Mute that.
Will my claims team leave me for...
When I used to do bar mitzvahs, I was able to have like a repetition of orders, and you know, each time that I would create something, I could, you know, alter the lettering style just a little bit and try something different. Here, I'm being very indecisive, and it took me a while to get to this even like flow of lettering. I wanted to be simple. And something that I can handle without being too graffiti-ish and unlegible. So I think it worked out, and I was able to, from the previous stream, I was able to bring this back in and have it nice and center justified. It probably is a little too crowding of the edges, but I think it'll still be good by the end. All right, so the subway. It's just going to be kind of a couple of blues in there, and she's going to be very greenish. So to balance that, we have this, I forgot what they call this, the bowl or the egg or the whatever. This has a very orange tone to it. And these buildings themselves, I believe they're more blue glass. This is a blue glass, and the Empire State Building and the Chrysler Building more have a brownish brick face to them. So you know, I think what I'll do is I'm gonna just tone them those specific colors, and then we'll figure out how to bring some other lighting in here. Some reflective lighting or something off of the building, so I want to give it a little bit more pizzazz, but we'll see by the end of it how it goes. All right, so here we go. All right. So as I build my channel, I keep reminding myself that you know, it's not about really even the content so much. It's about the consistency of being there and producing something for people. And I know that's something that I'm trying to promise myself and make it a little bit more easier to produce on a daily basis, I suppose, or at least a couple of days a week, you know, and certify that I can have a schedule and I stick to it. So most of the time, I will not. Oh, oops, that's not. Is that? Yeah, I guess it is. Green. Most of the time, I will not mix colors up specifically. I like to almost kind of keep my standard colors and find an equal balance that I can blend it and. These are the colors that I planned on using here. To get that, I forgot what color that is, but it's kind of like a rust, not a rust. How do you say? I forgot how you say this color. It's a patina. A patina. I think it's a patina. Because the original color of the statue has changed over time to this patina of greenish blue over the metal work, and I forgot what type of metal it is that will change into this particular patina. So, you know, adding this blue on top of this green is giving me the effect that I want. You know, it's not completely, and that's the other thing, it's not one complete color, and I like the effect that's giving off in my eye, that when I hit it with the black and outline this, maybe do even a little bit of shading, it will it'll look really cool. All right. So I should do, I've been figuring I'm going to do a couple of streams where I talk about some of the artists that I've been paying attention into, that I've been studying and looking at their art. There are people that I end up seeking out every day just to see if they're producing any content. And what in specific, I want to give a shout out to Dale, the Airbrush artist. I believe that's his handle. His streams are very, like I said to him earlier, they're very motivational. They get me to press that record button because when you watch somebody and you realize, hey, they're doing something similar to you and there's nothing special, I mean, not anything special too, you just have to take the initiative, press the button, and get going. And, you know, I mean, on a normal basis, I am creating, but I usually don't have the camera, or I try to set up the camera so that way it's a show for everybody else. But I want it to be, well, let me put the music back on. I want to create an experience for people to see my work and be a little bit more comfortable. Oh, how come this? Oh, there we go. Airbrush Wizard, what's good? Thanks for joining me. What does it say? Too easy? Stop spamming. I don't know what that means. Oh, I certainly will. Oh, no. That's me putting in. I didn't know. I forgot I had a Nightbot thing in there. I got to go in there and change that Nightbot stuff because those bot reaming me. Yeah, I guess the bot is reaming you, bro. My bad. I had set up that bot like a while back, like when I first started streaming. So I don't know what it really does. I know that it's supposed to just basically put my information on there, but I got to look into that. I forgot about Nightbot. Man, I struggle with bots, slobs, and all of it. I don't even know what slobs are. I got to get more into the streaming. Airbrush Wizard. I had been focused on trying to, get my channel, get all the things together that I'm not doing on my channel, and do those a little bit better. And the camera stuff, I started to try to work out, and one of the things that I have to do next is kind of focus in on promoting the channel, and I guess putting together some more other stuff so people can come back to me and see all the other stuff. What does it say? So first, I got rated by big time artists. My bot banned her, the tush. Oh, that's crazy, yo. Yeah, I gotta look into that because I'm not even aware. Slobs is Streamlab OBS app. Okay, good to know. I had tried that when I first started streaming, but I went back to OBS, basic OBS, because I think I don't know, it seemed simpler. Okay, instead of browser Streamlabs. Yeah. Do you recommend using Streamlabs? Is it better? Is it a better experience? Because I know you can set up all those other notifications and things where you got new followers, you got anybody donating. I highly doubt anybody's going to be donating to me anytime soon, but I don't think I'll ever have one of those channels where I'm like, oh man, I got another subscriber, $5 here, bam, it's happening, but I could be wrong. And I mean, you got to be in it to win it. You got to set it up to make that work for you. And like I said, that cat, Dale the Airbrush artist, he's really making it happen.
Oh, sure. That's very good. I'll just take one more, just to be sure.
I see him as a very good example of what to do, and he's definitely setting up a good name for airbrush artists out there. All right, so she looks pretty good, I have to admit. I don't know if I want to go into the detail yet, but we will get there. So I think I got a good brown already on the gun, and we're going to see where that takes us. Let's work with this building right here. See, for me, I knew the hardest part of this project was generally going to be the arrangement and me being satisfied with it. That is the ultimate like issue I had with doing buildings. I have to sometimes simplify things, and it's not very easy. I have a very detail-oriented site, I guess, or it's very hard to unlock or take out detail, as opposed to see that it's there and know how to make it work. So with this, I was going to use the orange. Funny because I wasn't certain, like, using the base colors. It's a little bit vibrant, but I suppose I can smack it down or make it a little bit less I'm not looking at my messages, my bad. Airbrush Wizard, what brush you running? That almost looked like a harder and with a color of handle. Oh, these brushes, I have a couple of color handled brushes. So I have maybe two different sets. I have a couple of different sets that I'm working with right now. But the primary brush that you're probably seeing is the Pache Millennium. And I think it was about a year and a half ago. I like to buy them in bulk and purchased, you know, what, like, I think about 12 of them or maybe more of them. And it's a decent airbrush. It really puts out the paint when they work well, when they are working. And if I were to purchase a different brush next time, I'm probably going to go back with the El Cheapos, the Master Airbrush brand, because I never really, you know, even though I'm not really too much of a fan of theirs, like it's favorable to me, like, you know, I never had a problem with the Master Airbrushes because they're so inexpensive and you can kind of just, you know, replace them at will, you know. One stopped working, you know, just boom, just pull up another one. And with these brushes, these Millenniums, they do their work, they do the job. I have to, like I said, I'm going to probably put together a stream where I am cleaning brushes and just talking, as I want to start creating more content that is maybe not so much of me working, but all the effort that I go into making the job, you know, better, I guess. I have a lot of different content that I can show off. I'm drawing more often, and I'm trying to head in a direction of, you know, the comic book conventions and creating content for that. You know, just primarily doing some fan art, stuff like that. But I've been doing my own studies, basically gesture studies, and a little bit of pen and ink and airbrush mixed into it. That's something I'm looking at right now. Yes, they're cheap. You can get basic parts for basic, yeah. See, I often do super detail, so master even top feed, not fine enough. Yeah, certainly. We'll certainly check out your page and your stuff, Airbrush Wizard. Are you mostly on YouTube, or where are you coming at me from? I don't know how to tell, because I'm on Twitch, I think, as well right now. Got a Talon and eraser, so, or a sandblaster. Yeah, I've never tried one of those Talon brushes. Oh, good luck, man. Thank you. I will look at those later and follow you back. So I haven't tried one of those Talon brushes, but I do have this one I need to use a little bit more often here. What is this called? This is a Pache, I mean not Pache, pardon me, a Badger Extreme Patriot. This was a cool looking brush that I picked up from one of their sales. And this one is also in service. This one is pretty good. This is an Iwata HSB, the side cup jammy. And it's, I believe it is a micron. No, I think it's a Highline. It's pretty detailed, a pretty small spray pattern, very small, and it's one of my go-to brushes. Those two are the best that I have of my top feeds. I had a lot more other top feeds, but they have to be cleaned up and you know, checked out which ones actually work really well. This one was one of my favorite. I got this Micron years back, and it's not working perfectly right now. As you can see, I ended up having to put on, I don't know if you can see that, but I had to put on this like a gasket over it. And what that is that heat shrink plastic, because it was there was a kind of a leak, and this actually seemed to work. I haven't used this brush in a while, so I have to test it to see how well it's doing. But it always had a problem from the get. The O-ring inside was not the original O-ring, and it always had problems. But it worked really good when I was using it. I could make it work, especially with the urethane paints. But since I haven't really used the urethane in a while, I've been trying to, I need to test out my, I got a good amount of this Createx colors, illustration colors, but I've never used it. And that's going to be maybe used with some of the drawing stuff, the paper stuff that I've been doing, stuff on paper. Okay, so to get back to this coloring here, how are we going to do this? So this part right here, the spire, this can be any color because it's usually lit. And then we have to make this go up a little bit higher. Now this we want blue, but I'm kind of stuck where I don't want it to be the same blue as this lettering. But it makes sense because I just need to tone down the amount of colors. And it also will keep some, what's the word I want to look for? Unity? Not unity. The variety of color is similar, so it all works together. Synchronicity. So this is what we're going to do here. Now that I'm looking at it, is I'm going to do some white going down in slats and kind of like vertical and horizontal back and forth, and that'll give that impression of the glass. With this building, I got to figure out how to kind of produce those windows, and I have one or two stencils that are kind of small enough for that. And then here on this has a lot of like triangular features that I have to produce in white, and then I'm going to probably color those and make them, I believe that they are lit up. I don't know. I don't think they are. And then the bridge, we may just darken that and make that all like black. Alright, so with the subway, this is going to primarily stay white, but it has to have a little bit of this blue. Okay. And once I put the white in there, you know, and really clean that up, that'll look really good. Saw it but didn't hear what you said. Oh, the last airbrush wizard was the Iwata. It's a micron, and it's which one is this? The CM-B micron. That's a top feed. And like I said, if you can see that there's a kind of like a gasket on top or a cover on top. And what I found was they had like this heatable plastic that retracts over wires, and I started to use that to help either, you know, bond something or to seal it, and it does a pretty decent job of sealing the air in there if there was a leak. And I've also used it, and with this brush, now I remember, I'm looking at it, this brush got pretty damaged. I always end up forgetting about that. This whole portion down here dislodged from the airbrush, and I think I cemented. I forgot how I did this. I either cemented it. Wow, I should write this. I should write like art history on my brushes and figure them out, you know, because I totally forgot I had done that. Just looking at it now, I can see that I did patch this one up. But I've had that issue on other airbrushes. Sometimes that you know, it looks like it's completely sealed, but this whole stem is only, you know, a piece in and of itself. And it doesn't really connect to that little, I don't know, it's like a finger rest here. But I have a ton of airbrushes that are just not in service anymore. And they either need to be really checked out, and I just don't have the time. I don't even want to put the effort into it. Alright, so, back at it. How can we be neighbors? Yeah, bro, I wish I had a neighbor that was like an airbrush artist. That'd be pretty sick. We'd be doing some crazy stuff. Sorry about that, Airbrush Wizard. Nightbot is crazy, huh? What are you about? What are you about? That's funny. Okay. Oh, so here's the front of the jacket. I don't think I showed off the front of the jacket. Because I believe I did that off camera as well. So I put some buildings down here, and I like the way that looks. This ombre going up the jacket, and then here on the sleeves, before I'm done, I'm going to put like a brick pattern on here, because I was going to put the buildings again, but then I realized like my client asked for brick somewhere in here, and this is the perfect area to have that non-repeat pattern that's kind of, you know, inconsequential, but it'll give like it'll really make it look cool. It'll look different, you know. So this is the brick pattern. I'll give a shout out to I believe it's a Chino stencil. I'm pretty certain it's a Chino stencil from way back, and very useful. Always has been very useful. I have some tape around it, so that way it used to be like a way of deflecting the overspray. You lift it up like that. Alrighty then. Okay. All right. If anybody is interested in drawing, I wanted to shout out. What's this guy's name? Been really enjoying his videos lately. Where is this guy? There we go. And his name is Steven Zapata Art. Really, you know, just a little shout out to that guy. Seeing his art has kind of, I don't know, that light bulb is turned on where I kind of know what I should be doing now a little bit more. One of my main issues, and one of the things that I'm trying to do, is to get back to the creative end of drawing from your mind as opposed to drawing using reference. I still will use reference, but I want to creatively draw something similar to what I'm doing here, where the idea of what I'm doing, you know, if I used actual reference, none of it like would have worked in a realistic fashion, so I had to kind of come up with a comic-y or a caricature style of the buildings. And you know, it took a while for my brain to kind of really accept shifting from doing a certain style of art that I had been doing. I've been doing more of these like a carbon copy, or a, you know, copy of what I was looking at, and that's a different skill set as opposed to trying to know what's in your head and draw something creatively. And this guy Steven Zapata has the style of his creation. I kind of understand it. I understand the flow of what I need to be doing, especially with my digital art, and hopefully that will also work in turn with my airbrush painting as well, because we're still going to be doing airbrush painting. We're just going to be doing a different approach, I suppose. That's the intention. But I guess on this channel you're going to see me do some camp airbrush artwork, which I'm not really too fond of, but I'm going to start streaming that once I get the orders. But I really didn't want to head in that direction, but there's money to be made. Okay, so here, this part of the lettering, I think I'm going to make it very bright. I think I'm going to make it orange. Whew. Actually yawning here. It's 5 o'clock. Okay. It's also at a point where I could press this, and it might be a good idea, but yeah, I may need to press this. Because a lot of what I may do is off cam. I get a little too distracted, I think, when I'm on camera, because I want to just keep talking and fill the space with my voice. You hit the bed like 7:30. That's that is one of the biggest things that I have. I have that problem too, Airbrush Wizard, where at a certain time of the day I like to take a nap, because then I'm re-energized to wake up and get more work done. And because I'll find myself almost I'm doing stuff, but I'm not really doing anything. And I want to be productive and produce stuff. So I like to be the freshest I can be. But one of my biggest problems is that being that, you know, I work out here in the garage, it's cold as fuck in New York, you know, lately. And, you know, you got to keep the heat going the whole time, the whole day, for it to stay warm in here the whole time. Once I shut my heat off, it will instantly get cold. And, you know, I think being out here for so long, it has a tendency to really, I don't know, I get tired. I get tired. Let's say my IG here. May I post the link? Yeah, oh, you certainly can post the link. Airbrush Wizard, I don't mind that. In fact, I was going to earlier today on, what's that guy's name? Dale the Airbrush, his page. I felt a little weird doing that too. Because when you have the audience and people that are there, you know, I think that the chat is not just about me. It should be about, you know, anybody that's in the chat. And they should be able to promote themselves, because this is, you know, the group of people that you need to be promoting to. So once I start building my channel, I will, you know, certainly allow anybody to post their, you know, their links, because I want to see their stuff too. And I want to promote them, because in turn they may promote me. All right, so it actually, to me now, this is starting to look better with the color here. And I'm not too, I don't know, I don't know where else I should go or how hard I should hit it with color. Oh. All right, let me take a look at these buildings here again. Okay, so the Hudson Yard buildings. Come on. Yeah, they have a nice blue reflective, or actually they're reflecting the sky, so they, you know, they kind of come off, you know, like glass, very bluish tones. So the way to do this is to have one side a lot lighter than the other side, and you know, just whitish, so that way it kind of feels as if it's reflecting light, and one is in the shadow. Okay, so we'll do that. So the weird thing about, like, I think working on denim is that I can make the choice to do something with a specific color and then, you know, say nah and then go back over it. But I don't want to have to, you know, just keep doing it that way. That's why I was really stuck in this, you know, the black and white form for a while. Because I was trying to make sure that I was very certain where everything was going to go. And then this guy gave me some trouble when I initially sketched him out. So I remembered, hey man, let me just, I just used an actual cutout from the paper, you know, from a printout, and just stole the form. You know, it was a lot easier to do it that way. And then I'll come back and just do all the detail by hand. And that also gave me the guide for getting that circle portion really good. All right, so what do I want to do next here? I think, like I said, I'm going to do this white going down, And I need this is good. See how this works out. Let's see, what is it called? This is called a Freedom Tower. Oh, freedom, 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 freedom. Okay. Okay, that could work. That could work. So Airbrush Wizard, do you stream at all? Airbrush Wizard jackpot. Stop posting links. That's messed up, dude. Nightbot, stop being so mean. Being very inhospitable. So as I go down, I'm trying to increase the size of the buildings, the levels, floors, rather, these segments, and I hope that's right. I hope that it's giving that impression that, you know, things are coming up closer. Oh, excuse me. Oh, shit. Okay, we just gotta clean it off. Oh, these are some practices here. A little bit of lettering practice, and it's a guy called the Among Us, the Impostor, on paper towel, and that's something that I'm gonna, I guess I'll get back to and do some more streams where I'm just experimenting. But I know that I have to do some new designs from the bar mitzvah work. So when I go back to doing airbrush like that, I think that's a little bit after I clean these brushes, because I need a good amount of guns at hand. Okay, so what are we doing here? Okay, that looks good. Alright, and then so we need to put a couple of them down in here, so just that we get a little bit of detail underneath this background behind him. And I had also been thinking how I can, so she's in the back. We need to continue her whatever we call a frock down a little bit here, give a little bit more green, some green in here, and I've been trying to figure out how I'm going to fill in some space. I may do a little bit of city silhouette back there, and maybe a little bit off of here as well, in front of the subway, to kind of block, not block it, but cut it off. And I'm not doing a full color glow. I'm putting color in the drop shadow. So that was another thing that I was thinking of what I should be doing. And maybe what we'll do is make that really bright and do that the very highlight orange. Let's do this white. Come in with, I was going to do a navy in here as well, and I haven't figured out. Maybe what I'll do is a pattern inside the letters that will kind of flow into the white. So if this is orange, got a little bit of navy blue, white. That makes it very strong, that white. Still very visible. Okay. How do we do? All right, we'll do the same thing on the buildings with the blue. What happened to my? Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, so I'm starting to get a little hungry, and going to end up stopping the stream very shortly. Try to, I guess, get some ideas out. Got 10 minutes for that one. Oh, are you serious? That is so weird, man. My bad. I'm going to definitely check out that Nightbot. I wasn't aware that it kicks people off. That's nuts. Wow, Nightbot. You're a bad host. Or a moderator, actually. That's what I think that's something that we should be doing for ourselves too, is I need to I don't know, with some of the other Airbrush channels, what's the other guy's name? I think his name is Mike Brush. Mike Brush has a good channel as well, and I've caught him a couple of times, but I never really got into you know, commenting on his channel, and I need to, like, I myself need to be a little bit more sociable, and I appreciate that, you know, you had stopped by Airbrush Wizard, because you know, when you're painting, it's good to talk to your peers and people that understand you know, what you're doing, I don't mind having friends and family watch my channel and stuff. I've never really gotten any, I don't know. I want some technical questions and stuff like that. I want to make friends with people that, you know, are familiar with things that I may not be familiar with in my industry, and hopefully we can all progress together. Okay, so I'm just trying something here, and I kind of like it. It's not bad. It don't work. It kind of works. Yeah, this white over the the cyan tone looks good. So what I'm going to end up also doing is I have my blue ready. Yeah, take this. This is fluorescent blue, and I like I like it because it has a tendency to feel what's the word? More electric, I guess. It's like a cobalt blue. Yeah, that. Okay, just seeing where that blue may look like on the white. Yeah, you get that sometime. You might get something like that. Who knows? Who knows? But we're going to end up going in here and really defining the buildings later on with a hard outline and then probably a white outline. I still never really figured that out. I think that works. Okay, yeah, that's not bad. Just a little white outline around the whole thing. And I had thought about producing some sort of like cloudishness here. This is what I was going to do. Yeah. That's it. That's what I was looking for. Just some extra some not roughness, breaking up that pattern there. Yeah, I like that. All right. It's starting to feel a little bit better because what I'm trying to do is I don't want to go too much with the saturation of the colors. because then it'll look like too gaudy. She's getting a little too gaudy right now, you know, but once I add some white highlights to it, I'm going to shade her a little bit more, maybe put her armpit like in the shadow, and then underneath her book or the tablet or whatever, and then maybe down here. But like what I said earlier here, this is giving me some common shapes, as I did with the blue, because I was bringing the navy blue down to define the top of the sky, and there's a little bit of the cyan in there, but not much. It comes from the sides, and then from the building, that's where you'll see it the most. There's a little bit, there's a small band up in here, but I was trying to get that nice gradual transition, and then there's a little bit of jean in there, so I didn't cover up all of the jean, all of the actual denim. And once I get in here, I'm going to put some highlights on this eggy weird building. I forgot what they call it. I got to remember what they call it. Here it is. The Harvard Yards. What do they call it? The egg? The vessel. The vessel. And that's something I'm definitely going to visit this summer. I'm going to make a point that I have to go check out the Harvard Yards and go to the vessel, because it looks like a pretty great photo destination. It's definitely going to be like a lot of good shopping, I'm sure, out there. And I don't do a lot of shopping, but just really would get some very nice photography. That's what I really would go out there for. All right, so like I said, I think I'm going to end up cutting it off here. Airbrush Wizard, thank you for joining me. I appreciate having somebody watching my stream, and I know that things will get a little bit better. Oh no, you didn't come in that late. Gave me the incentive to keep brushing, because one of the main things that I do, how can we voice? What does that mean? How can we voice? Oh, how can we talk back and forth using the voice? I don't really know how to do that yet. I have been thinking that I should set up. I have Zoom set up, and I was attending like a Zoom class for photography, and I haven't done that in a couple of weeks, and I feel kind of ashamed because they had asked me what happened to me. I was like, oh man, dude, I'm so sorry. I just kind of got busy or distracted with the stuff that I wanted to do, and photography hasn't been in my wheelhouse for a little bit now, or my interest base, and I'm more interested in doing my art. But I may have to get back into the photography, because I just had an interview with a job. It's like a food place up here in New York, a small little food place, and I'm sure it'll be like taking pictures of the food that they have. It's like one of those specialty stores, and I'd be interested in doing that, because then that would help me with my photography. But that's not my strong point, and I got to figure out where I really want to concentrate my efforts to. And mostly it's the painting. It may not be always the airbrushing stuff, because down the road I'm going to do what is that? Captain Dongle Copter. Nice to see you. Yes, on Discord you can also use camera, share the screen, and post pictures for the others to view, and it's free. Okay, I appreciate that, Captain Dongle Copter. I was Dongcopter. I just actually saw the other day on somebody else's. I just reopened up Discord, and I found a Reddit channel that they had some artists streaming, and I thought that was pretty cool and interesting that people were talking, I guess, during the stream, and I really didn't understand what was kind of going on, but I guess that's what it was. Man, when you got son autistic, any medium fair game to art. Um, are you saying, man, when you got son autistic, any medium fair game to art? Okay, I didn't kind of understand that, Airbrush Wizard. Um, any medium fair game to art. I see what you're saying. Something that helps your son watch art. Is that what you're saying? Um, I definitely got to look into the Discord because I have my Discord uh, thing set up, but I haven't really used it as that much. And I like the fact that what Captain Dong Copter was saying, where you can post pictures of your work and see other people's artwork, because that's another inspiring and motivational thing for me. Is when I see somebody else's artwork, I'm almost triggered to be like, yo, I gotta get on the brush. Let me do something good for the day. And I don't know. Lately, I've been very hesitant with the airbrush, but I am producing art and trying to keep motivating, get things happening. I'm hoping that we have a very good summer ahead of us. That things will be a little bit more open, and I'll be doing actual bar mitzvah jobs, and I want to figure out how to stream live during a bar mitzvah. That'll be really freaking crazy. That'll be so fun. That'll be incredibly fun, because then you can see, try to figure out a way to set up the crowd watching me airbrush and all the goofy questions I get from the kids. But I enjoy them. There were times when you could tell when a kid is really interested in it. They're almost absorbing everything that you do, and they're not just watching their painting. They're watching everybody else's, and what is he doing next? How does he do this? So that's a very fun part of what I do, and I like to share that part, because every once in a while I would find one or two kids that I would be like, yo, come over here, man. When all the other kids would go away, and I'd be like, I show them different things, because I want them to experience something and get their mind turning, to get the wheels turning, that they can do that. They just have the they have the unfortunate, I guess they're not fortunate to have the equipment, and it's not that hard to, I guess, get into it if you have a mentor or somebody to kind of guide you the right way, and have figure out what you need to do. So yeah, you see me in Instagram. All right, yeah, I'm gonna definitely check you out, Airbrush Wizard. It's funny. I always realize that it takes forever, even to, once you start streaming, it takes forever to stop streaming, because you end up. I myself feel like this is that release where I can just talk about stuff that I've been thinking about all day or whatever, and yeah, it's good. It's a good catharsis. And so right now I'm going to end up trying to find something to eat, and then I'm going to revisit this project. I don't know if I'm going to do it on camera or off camera, but I will say that I have to come back and do some more of my paper drawing, some of the drawing stuff that I've been doing on paper. And these were just real quick studies that just kind of developed a little bit more than they were supposed to, I guess. Or I was using this brush. I believe I was using this brush. I was using a sepia. It was the sepia. I don't think it was it may have been the illustration colors, but I had fun doing that. and I was starting to get some decent detail. And then yesterday, I just picked up my markers, and then I went over the image with the markers, and the orange was supposed to be a darker tone, but it was way too dark, so it ended up just being like some dramatic shapes in there. So I just, and then I put a little bit of blue. It's either, oh yeah, I was using primarily the marker to get the blue tone in there, and then I put a tone in the hair, and it was very simple, and I like the effect. So I have to explore this a little bit more. I'm looking for the best paper. I had a decent, this is like a sheet that was pretty thick, and it was good paper, but one of the other books that I'm using has a much better quality paper. It absorbs, but it's not as smooth. So that's something else that I want to go into on stream, and doing some more of my gesture studies, and getting back into my drawing. I'm also going to review a lot of my my actual reference books, and critique, I suppose, some of the things in the books that I've learned. This is one of my oldest books, and I still don't think that I have gotten enough use out of this. I need to practice more some of its lessons. But this is, who is this guy? Oh, Burn Hogarth. Burn Hogarth. And I have the actual figure drawing one as well. But I have tons of drawing books, and hope to make some videos kind of, to share with people that don't have these resources. And, maybe that'll give them ideas of books and things that are out there that they can go out and get. So, yeah. Alright, so here we go. Let's end this stream. The corners are curled. Man, real artists have... yeah, no doubt. Oh, you should see... I found... this is one of... Where's that other sketchbook that I found? Oh. My favorite artist books are all worn down, and even like the comic books that were supposed to be of value, I didn't really take care of them. They were the ones that I was always carrying around, and I was just looking at, I think I have multiple copies of this one, but I had the Jim Lee X-Men #1 that I just found, and it was kind of like sitting between some books and stuff, and the cover ripped off, and that book is probably worth some good money, but I think I got more value out of it, from just being around me. And here's an old sketchbook that I just found. It's from 2001, and look how it really didn't last. It's got a lot of stains on it, and I guess over time this brown, I'm gonna say, I don't even know, maybe that's from my finger hand oils, I don't know, but it developed like this this grayish brownish patina on the edges. But I'm gonna I started to photograph some stuff that I want to do, start draw over digitally on the iPad. So I will hopefully bring a stream like that to the channel as well, and then we're gonna get better at have the camera height well. All right. Yeah, I'd love to see that. You should do a stream on your sketchbooks, Airbrush Wizard. I watch some people's YouTube videos on their sketchbooks, and my sketchbooks were never really like, I never thought they had much value to them, in a sense of like the aesthetic value. And now I'm trying to make them a little bit nicer looking, or just keep make them look a little aesthetically more pleasing. But I think it's, as you get better, you fill up space differently. So this is like a recent This is a recent quick study of brush and ink artwork. So I was doing some in the beginning of the month. I was doing a little bit of brush and ink art, and I really like. I'm going to try to mix this with airbrushing somehow. This one's not done yet, and that's I'd say this is fully rendered. I could have did more on this, but okay. Yeah, you know, I have as far I remember like always having like one or two sketchbooks, and there's another sketchbook that I had, and that one's more filled up. And actually, there's another one before that too, I think. But I was always drawing on random pieces of paper because that's what was kind of available, you know. But yeah, certainly Airbrush Wizard, I'd love to chat with you. So I'll find out a way. I'll look into the Discord thing and figure out how to make that work a little bit better. Because like I said, I do have I revisited that the other day, and I don't know how to use it so much with the streaming yet. But yeah, it would be great to kind of talk to you verbally and back and forth. So yeah, let's make that happen, man. I'm rough with it too. Yeah, there's so much technology and things to pick up. I am just utterly amazed at how you know, these things have developed, and you may not even have been aware of them, but they were going on for the long, like Twitch was going on for like the longest time before I was aware of it. And when I started streaming, I started to try to stream in 2017, and I was like, oh wow, like I thought it was not new, but I knew, you know, there was other people streaming, other people stream online doing all their you know, their other stuff, but I never really, you know, streamed or used the webcam. And then finally, when I was getting you know, Twitch going, I was using Twitch primarily because I was like, I'm not going to build an audience because I don't know what I'm doing. So I only streamed to Twitch, and then my computer started kind of like giving me issues, and streaming became very difficult. The computer was older, and it just, I guess it didn't have enough RAM or whatever. It wasn't, at first it was streaming okay, but then it stopped sending out. The bit rate was getting messed up, and then I had to go through like a year and a half, 2 years before I got another computer and got the new computer set up. And now the new computer is finally set up, so now I'm finally, you know, I'm trying to push myself to stream on a regular basis. But let's see, congratulations, 100 messages today. I don't know what that means. But I got an update. Yeah, gotta love updates. Wow, I never even heard of that. Green screen pet computer? That's hilarious. Yeah, because I remember way back there was like the BBS boards and stuff like that, and you know, there's always been like this communication, but I myself, I'm not a very good communicator or very good with keeping in touch with people. So seek me out, Airbrush Wizard. If I don't seek you out, seek me out, and we'll definitely continue the conversation. But yeah, like I said, let me grab something to eat, and you know, reallocate myself and figure out what I'm going to do next. But thank you for anybody that watches the stream offline, and please like and subscribe to my channel. We're going to be exploring a lot of different types of art on my YouTube here, and hopefully we'll be bringing you some new content and stuff, tips and things that will help you produce, art that you want to produce. And yeah, I always say stay creating, enjoy, doing the art. For me, it's like, it's my vitality, it's my lifeblood, and I'm very thankful. I have to say this, I'm very happy to share this with people, and it gives me a lot of joy that there are people out there like yourself, Airbrush Wizard, that appreciates people and is there to watch. So yeah, man, props to you. Familiar with Penn and New Jersey? I am familiar with Penn and New Jersey. What does it say? I'm familiar with Penn and New Jersey, Arizona, Little Cali, and Florida. I don't know what you're saying, Airbrush Wizard, but yeah. Oh, we traveled there. Oh, okay. Yeah, no doubt. I'm hoping to get back down to Florida this year too. Uh, I was hoping that I could get down there because I want to talk to some of the airbrush guys down there and see if there's any opportunity, because they're a little bit more open for business than New York is. And I had some conversations today with some people, and I was just like, you know, what is the future of this? Hopefully they will figure something out, and business will come back. But I'm not going to bank on that. That's why I've been trying to explore some other forms of artwork and media, because you know there's always going to be a need for art, but there's going to be a different way of delivering it to people, and I have to utilize these tools on the internet to expand my business, expand my range, and I think that's what I'm doing. Go me. All right then. So check your Twitch messages and you'll find me. No doubt, I certainly will, bro. I appreciate, like I said, I appreciate the checking out the stream, and yeah. Enjoy the evening, my friend. Thank you. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's about it. We went on an hour and a half. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, so, and we are Ali 5000.